What's good, guys? I'm your boy Might Be, back with another video to talk some Chicago Bulls basketball. And do CP3 to the Bulls make sense? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you guys the good and the bad of potentially Chris Paul signing with the Chicago Bulls and the chances of that happening. So, the first good thing, before I get to the good things, do I think Chris Paul makes sense? Yes, it makes tons of sense because the Bulls got a hole at the point guard position right now. And even though Chris Paul is an Asian veteran, I don't think he's a high-level player, but I still do believe he can be a quality role player on a good team. The first good thing this signing will bring is him and Billy Donovan already got great chemistry going back to the year that he played in OKC, leading that young team to the playoff. Number two, great relationship with Kobe White, and also he got knowledge. Even though his body probably won't hold up for a full season, the signing would be for his knowledge and for the young guys on his team to learn from him for the future. So that's why I think this signing will make a lot of sense, because Kobe White can still be a point guard. Just imagine him learning from Chris Paul. Ayo Sumu still got room to be a point guard. Imagine him learning from Chris Paul. Also, imagine Dalen Terry learning from Chris Paul and Patrick Williams. 4 young key pieces to this team learning from a guy like Chris Paul, who can also play with Chris Paul, and he can get those guys easy shots. And don't forget, Chris Paul can still get the veteran guys easy shots like Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic. And also, we seen with the Suns, CP3 constantly give the ball to DeAndre Ayton to let him go to work in the post. And at times we've seen DeMar and Zach get away from getting to Vooch in the post. So Chris Paul will make sure Vooch get his touches in the post. Number 3, Chris Paul is a leader, a vocal leader. It's kind of like Patrick Beverley time too. But Chris Paul is probably more respected. I know not a lot of people like Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is a leader who's going to tell you what you need to know in your face. So I think all those is the good thing, good reasons why the Bulls should look into Chris Paul. Okay, the bad things is, of course, if you make this signing, you probably only going to get 30 to 45 games from Chris Paul for the next however long the contract is. And the second thing is, how much money is Chris Paul looking to get in his final contract of his NBA career? So to me, those two is probably and one more thing is, it will kind of give off that 3 alpha season if, you got Chris Paul, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan. But I think it can work, though. I really do think dropping Chris Paul into this team will make it work. Now, the chances of Chris Paul joining the Chicago Bulls is, I'll probably say, a 50-50 chance, because there are still teams that are championship teams that Chris Paul can look to join it if he want to go and get him a championship ring. You got the Boston Celtics, you got the Lakers, you got the Milwaukee Bucks. Those teams that are already championship ready teams, and the Bulls is not championship ready teams. So that's probably one of the factors that I think that it would be a 50-50 chance, depending on what Chris Paul want to do late in his career. Do you want to go and ring chase, or do you want to go out and get a last contract, or just go out and hoop for with a team that he likes? So let me know what you guys think down below. Should the Bulls sign Chris Paul, and what are the chances of Chris Paul joining the Chicago Bulls? Peace.